Good afternoon, everybody, wherever you may be watching me this Sunday afternoon. This is your lady and your host, Adiola Atekoja. Happy to see you and connect with you live on this moment. I actually decided to go live with this edition because it is something that is so passionate and so daring and so encouraging to me. I look at where I started off. As a matter of fact, where I am connecting with you live at this moment happened to be the same place I was last year, precisely the 16th of May. I decided to go on a journey, and that journey was to start. That's a journey. That's a journey that I started just like a play. And I'm going to be giving you perspective on what happened and how I got myself in this space where you and I are connecting together. So I titled this Life Piece. And for those of you that will get to watch the replay, I first and foremost want to say a big shout out and a big and massive thank you, and so thank you for every one of you that have at one time or the other supported this channel, at one point or the other watch our video, at one point or the other you did share, you did like our video, and you did send love across. I want to say a big thank you to you. And to those of you that watch the replay, you're all welcome. I really want to say on this occasion that for those of you that join, I appreciate you. Want to say that for the past 1 year, it has been a journey that I want to say a big thank you to God Almighty for allowing me to be able to have that opportunity to dream and for that dream to receive life. I titled this broadcast Your Best Choice. And why did I do so? I want you to imagine and begin to think of what happens to be one of the best choice in life that you have taken. So some of us in our growing up years, there are so many decisions that we are faced with. And a lot of us happen to kind of decide, oh, I'm going to do this, oh, I'm not going to do this. And I want you to, for the sake of this broadcast, to just sit down, be guided by your innermost being, and reflect. Reflect. Hi, everyone. Hi. So I want you to reflect on every choice that you have taken in the past that you were so proud of, that you are happy that you did take that choice. And for me, I'm going to be sharing with you how this journey began and how that choice that I made a couple of years ago has guided my path up to where I am today and with regards to what I am doing now. And I'm so thankful to Almighty God for giving me the opportunity and giving me the wherewithal to be able to start what I'm doing today. And as I go through that, I'll also give you some few tips that can help you reposition yourself so that your own dream will not just remain inside you like a Yoruba adage that says everything that the dog wants to become is just only inside of him, and that he doesn't have any way of bringing it to bear. That will not be your experience. For that not to be, so I want to welcome you and want to ask you to just give me this few seconds, few minutes that will be engaging together, and I'll show you how this journey began for me and how I've been able to walk this path and all that I've been able to get as far as this journey is concerned. So, if you are ready, let's start. The first thing I want to share is the fact that there are 3 people in my life that I'm grateful for and that I can never forget their input in my life and everything that they have done. And first and foremost, I want to thank the Almighty God for the journey and how my life, started off. My journey started off in a way that I would just like to put it this way. The decision that whether I was going to live was taken by 2 people. And those people happened to be my grandmother and my mom. And in that space and in that journey, I was seeing a kind of a life, the struggle, the everywhere with that they were putting in to just make sure that yours truly was able to live the life that you can kind of say, okay, this is it. But I want to tell you, down there, while I was a young little girl, I was telling myself that, God, if you help me, I want to make sure I'm able to get enough money that I will make these people stop all their struggle. You know, that was the desire. But you know how life happens, and every one of us, we start growing up in life, and events of life happens, and you kind of drop aside. You kind of forget what you have promised yourself you want to do. And so I told myself, fast forward to when I started growing and I had so many series of failure and setback in life, that I was not going to make that dream come to pass. But one decision that I took was the decision to follow Christ. And that decision of going with Christ Jesus was one of the things that really, really set my path and my feet on the right way. And I want to tell you, friends, if you get to watch this, sometimes we think doing something for God or going back to reflect and going to give your life and everything about you to God, it's a decision that you don't want to take because you don't want some people to make jest of you, or because you feel, oh, it's going to be an unpopular decision. For me, at that time in my life, I saw that that was the only thing I needed, going through a series and years of failure. And you're always thinking, oh, it's somebody in your father's house that is responsible for your failure. It's somebody in your mother's village that is responsible. And I look around and there was nobody that can look up to outside of God. And in that moment of just looking up to God for a way out of this predicament, I think I was introduced to somebody. And that man is Dr. Tunde Bakare. I can never forget the input of all those years of my pain, the years of my sorrow, and those years that I was going to live in unforgiveness to the father, to my father figure, and every of the neglect and all of the pain I have of the past. But I remember one day he told me, I listened to him and told me, go and forgive everybody in your life that you are holding in unforgiveness. And that day set me loose. That day delivered me from the pang and the hold that was enslaving me from reaching out to my true life. And so when I began that part, I began to see some of the things I need to let go of. And I begin to see all those years of self-doubt that have plagued me, all those years of limiting self-belief, inferiority complex, and those low self-esteem. 4 decades after, I saw an opportunity. And I came across a man called DSA, Dr. Sunday Adelaja. It was a progression from Dr. Tunde Bakare to somebody that I saw a pattern of gap. And I saw this man helping me with my mental laziness, because at that point in my life, I was just living the life of just being true to God, showing up in every program and in every service. But I did not know that there is a part of me that was lazy. I was hardworking, but I had little to show for my hard work. And that is why I want to tell you, if you get to watch this video, I want you to look at your life. So my best choice decision was to follow God. Number one, I followed Dr. Tunde Bakare. And to a point, that movement transition onto me following Dr. Sunday Adelaja. And I began to see, wow. So these are some of the things that I did not know, that this thing really, really is important. When I started following DSA, I was able to see where I was in the picture of life. First, I'm a profitable servant to God. For all the investment that God gave, that God imputed in me, I was not living to it. I was just showing up in church. I was working hard, but I was having little. I did not know how to plow my time into becoming mentally active, such that I invest more in my knowledge. I invest more in my intuition. I develop more my in-depth, in my depth, in my knowledge, and in my in being grounded in understanding of what really life is all about. And I began to see at that time that, wow, if I should fall down and die at this moment, there's nothing to be written about me. In fact, I will just go down the drain, just like my great great grandfather that has nobody heard of and nobody knows his name. And I began to see that there is more to life than just living for your family, just living for your children, just living for yourself, which was what characterized my life. And so I began on a path for journey towards personal development and growth, living the truest version of my life, making my life what it's supposed to be, and telling God that, God, if you give me this chance, I am going to live my life in honor of you and in service to mankind. And so this journey brought me to the path of begin to using what I have to get what I need. At that point in time, I researched the top 10 leaders here in the state who are personal development and who are in the business of helping you to make up for the gap that exists in your life. And I searched for Tony Robbins. And at that point in my life, when I searched for him, I don't even have what it takes to afford this program. So I started. I turned to YouTube to become my teacher. And I started researching and going through all video that I can find of anybody in that space, Brendan Burchard, and every of those people. And I started watching them. I started listening to them. I started giving time to invest my time in learning their wisdom. And by and by, I started exchanging all my years of foolishness. I started exchanging their wisdom for my own. I became brighter. My understanding about life and about what I am meant to be and who I am, the understanding of what my mindset, understanding and clarity of who I am supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. And every of those dreams that have been locked down, I began to see and find a voice. As a matter of fact, in one day, I can never forget it, last year, I was watching one of the free events that Tony Robbins hosted. And at one of those days, I sat down. I didn't know what happened to me. It's like I went into a trance. And I was asking myself, was this church? I was not in a church. I was in my home, right there on my phone, logging on live, connecting virtually to that program. And that minute came. And I just saw myself seeing something like opening up my voice. And I was just hearing, letting go, let it go, let it go. That experience told me I have to give back to my world. Every time when I was growing up as a young kid, I used to watch the late Gbenga Adeboye. Whenever he's on air and he's broadcasting, I used to see myself in him. Like, I want to do what he's doing. I never had the opportunity to attempt to go to any journalism school or any communication, what have you. I didn't study any of such. In fact, I went for something different entirely. So I have always limited myself that I can never be a communicator. But deep down inside of me, that desire kept on telling me that there's something about me. And so after listening to Tony that day, he told us to take a massive action on what you believe you are meant to be doing and you love to do. And don't write yourself up. And that was the beginning for me. I just sat down. In fact, that day, the night of that day, I went to work. And during my break time, I took my phone and I recorded my first video. As many of you that get to watch this, I want you to go and check my first video in this channel. That first video, I did it in the night. And it was a reflection, an outpost of what I heard Tony told me. I took that massive action and I left that video and I shared it on my Facebook. Now, guys, this is what is happening. And today mark the 12 months exactly that is that event happened in my life. And I'm so grateful for God at that journey that started that 1 year ago. And to this person standing right behind you, right in front of you, I want to testify to you that anybody and anything that anyone has told you cannot do, I want you to know that that reason for that limitation exists just because you believed it is not possible. And I want to tell you, for somebody like me, that journey I took last year, just like a play, I saved enough money to be able to attend one of Tony Robbins' events, the UPW, and I attended that program live. It costed me some money. I signed up for one of his courses. I became a knowledge broker. I was accredited. And from that experience, I started sharing the knowledge I have. I started sharing the truth that have become mine, that has become my reality, and that is helping my life become what it is today. And that journey, I'm telling you, I just saw that every time I come on air, some people comment and tell me, I like your passion, I like the energy you bring forth, I love what you're doing. And like that, I started coaching some people, just like one-on-one, giving advice on the phone, or talking, giving counsel in church events, in community outreach, just doing what I know how to do. And today, I have Lodeta Academy. In this Lodeta Think Media, there are now different rooms. Apart from the life and business mastery course, apart from the monthly, quarterly challenges that I hosted, I was able to move from people asking to be coached, from women genuinely seeing the change that those people that knew who I used to be then, and now they can see that truly there is a change. There is indeed a transformation, and they all welcome it. And I want to tell you today that I want you to reflect and put it in the comments. What was the best decision you took in your life? And as you are reflecting on that best decision you ever take, that you have ever taken, and what was the outcome? Because for me, the decision for me to start this YouTube channel was the beginning of the end to all my shyness. You can imagine, sometimes, some of those videos, sometimes I will forget my line. Sometimes I say, hello, welcome, and I will say, look at how my voice is sounding like a guy. I'm not a guy. Oh, hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I will just keep trying, but one thing that I did not stop showing up. Once every week, I did a video on this channel. And that is the result of what you're seeing. I want to encourage you by giving you four tips that can help you to internalize your future, and so that your future can completely become a reality, your dream, and every of those things you have ever imagined. I want to tell you that you should never give up on your dream. Now, I didn't study journalism. Now, I didn't go for any mass communication course. I have not even signed up for any of such things. And I can tell you, the pace of last year, I have been able to coach 5 people. And this time around, it's not free. Paid program. And the results are there of the transformation that took place. And I want to tell you, for you to experience this same change, this same life encounter, I want you to take this decision that, just like Lodeta, like Diola did, I want you to align yourself to your assignment. That is the number 1 step. Align yourself. Align yourself. Whatever goal, whatever thing that you happen to be a twin, and somebody is sitting right beside you, or you are in a church, and the pastor is talking to the two of you, the kind of what you are visioning, what you are seeing is different from what the next guest seated beside you is seeing. And so whatever that dream is, whatever that assignment, whatever that desire is, when you were growing up, when you were little, when you were 9 years old, going to 10 or 11, whatever that dream was that you would normally see yourself become, I want you to make up your mind that you are going to align yourself to that. Align yourself to that dream. And before you can align, you need to find out, what is that thing? Gain clarity. Gain clarity to what that dream is. If you need help, I am available. You can always reach out to me. Number 2, you must, as a matter of fact, this is the greatest thing you must never forget. You must believe in your assignment. You must believe in yourself, that you have what it takes and you are capable And this is it, that you do know that of a truth, you have an assignment, you have been called to serve some people, and you are going to believe that you have what it takes. See, believing that you have what it takes, sometimes we need you to do what? To begin to give up to your old way of life, to your limiting beliefs, to your upbringing, to what your environment taught you, to what used to be the pattern of life you have embraced, and your subconscious mind being exchanged, taking time to do what? To take that exchange of removing every negative belief system, everything that tends to always tell you you cannot have, and begin to trade every of those things for what it is you believe in that dream. And the next thing, which is the third one, is you must commit and decide to be the best version of yourself. You must be disciplined. Decide, commit to action, and be disciplined. Decide, commit to taking action. Well, in my own case, I wanted to show up for my word. I knew there's something about me that each time I talk, I know I'm different. How will I do it? The first time I attempted it, I was blank. I was empty. I don't know what to say. Everything I prepared went off. And that is why I knew I need to decide to commit to doing what? Going all in, to learning, to be disciplined, to research, to get knowledge, to go for those people that can help me. And by, my culture of communication started improving. I began to communicate effectively. I began to learn how to talk. All my shyness started to give way. You need to do that. You don't just want to sit down and be hoping. You don't want to sit down and say, oh, God at his own time will bring it to pass. No, you have to reach out for help. And that's one thing you must never, always be open to asking for help. Don't always be like the know-it-all. Don't suffer from knowledge arrogancy. There are some people that intellectual arrogance, they always feel they don't want to seek for help. They don't want people to know they don't have the knowledge. I don't want you to see yourself in that gap. I want you to reach out for people that can help you. There are communities of people that have been sent. That is how God made the world. We are interdependent species. We need each other in one way or the other. And I want you to edify yourself. That's the last one I'm stopping, the 5th one. Always edify yourself. And you can never get edified when you stay around toxic people, around negative people. When all time you spend it on the media, you spend it on your phone, you spend it on all the social media, you allow the social media to use you. By the time you're on those gadgets and on those apps, they keep showing you different pictures that make you begin to see why you are not good enough, why you are not good, why other people are better than you, why you always feel, you can never be like these people. If you want to edify yourself, you need a community of people that will cheer you up, people that will celebrate you, people that will help give life to what you carry. When you do that, I tell you, friends, you are going to see that there is more to your life. It is just the beginning. And I want to celebrate my own little win by coming off to tell you, to appreciate every of the support that I've gotten from every one of you that I know, that I don't even know, that I've gotten to this channel, this platform, and I've gotten one value, no matter how little it is. Then I'm thanking God that I did not sit back in my room and say, oh no, I'm a nursing mother. I have a little baby of a year old. I'm nursing. I have 2 other kids and I have my job. I have my husband. I have every of those things. But regardless of those things, I want you to know, if you're a mom and you are facing overwhelm, I want you to tell yourself, I don't do overwhelm. There is a better way out. Come and learn from me. A mom of 3, with a less than 2-year-old, and the rest, still do my 9 to 5. I still come live to do this Facebook, YouTube live, what have you. I still care for my home. At the same time, I hold a coaching business that I have to give time to do. How have I been able to cope? I want you to reach out. If you need help, please send me a text. Send me a DM, Adiola Tekoja. I'm here. Lodeta Consulting. You can send me a mail. Go to my About section. You see the mail. You can always do that. Send me a mail. Send me a DM. I will be waiting to be of help. I will be waiting to give you the succor, to give you a listening ear, and together, so that we can build a community of women that are change maker, a community of women that are not going to settle for life limitations. They are going to rise up with strength and vigor and raise up the banner and live their truest form of life and not allow competition to be the order of the day. To knowing that there is time for everyone and that their own time will not pass them. And so I want to encourage you. I want to celebrate yourself. I want you to celebrate yourself every day when you wake up for every little habit and every little effort that you are making and growth you are making in your life. I want you to constantly celebrate yourself and never to think, no, celebrate yourself. Yes. And gratitude is important. Always grateful to God for life and for the journey you are going through and to where you're going to be seeing yourself a year from now. And I want to encourage you, friends. I want you to please continue to show up and continue to share and continue to give the like and the love button. It can only get better. This is just the beginning. You're going to be seeing more transformation and many changes, new stuff coming on board, like the interview session, like and do it yourself session, and different thing that will be unraveling come from now. And so I want you to keep it locked here, because right here you will get the best educative, informative, entertainment, and everything you need to know in your path towards personal development, growth in life, and in your knowledge. And so this is where I want to stop. If you get to watch this video, I want you to please give me in the comments, send to me. Let me learn from you also. What is the one best choice that you take? And tell me the outcome. One of the best decisions you took in your life, and it has set the pace to something great in your life. I want to hear from you. Maybe yours was to start a business. Maybe yours was to apply for a new job. Maybe yours was to even stop working for Uncle Sam. Maybe yours was to even start saving. Maybe you've never been saving in your life. Maybe you now start showing up. You just start to encourage young one. Whatever it is, I want you to know that every of those decisions, as time goes on, is going to build up enough stamina, enough focus, enough concentration, and enough vigor that is going to produce, as time goes on, the best version of you that the world is waiting for. And so as I end this broadcast, I want you to tell yourself, my future is completely mine. I want you to put your hand at your chest and say, my future is completely mine. My assignment is completely mine. My job is for me to align myself with my assignment. My job is to believe in my assignment. And my job is to commit to my assignment. And my assignment is to decide never to give up and to be disciplined. That is me. This is the best choice I have. If there's any best choice I've ever done, the best choice for me to have taken the courage to follow God, to follow the path of my mentors, those two great mentors that I mentioned, Dr. Tunde Bakari, Dr. Sunday Adelaja, and the likes of Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, Joshetti, and Dean Graziosi. And it has been an onward journey. I encourage you to start today. And you will be surprised and amazed at where will you find yourself in a year from now. Welcome to a new you. Welcome to a new you. Welcome to a brand new year. And welcome to a brand new Ludeta Consulting Think Media and a brand new episode that will be unfolding from now. I don't want to let all the cat out of the bag. Keep your finger crossed and keep it locked in here. Until I see you next week with another exciting video, have a wonderful Sunday afternoon and don't give up on your dream. I love you all. God bless you. Bye for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give it a like and share.